Let me go to the third statue here, Krishna. One of the interesting faith that people of India has is this Sanskrit saying, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever there is a decline of righteousness, Lord Narayan or Lord Vishnu will take incarnation to save the dharma or righteousness and will destroy the evils. The justice, the kindness, the noble virtues will always win over the evil power. The dark side will always lose. It's like a Star Wars story. Ultimately, the Dark Vader has to die, and then the Force has to win. That has been the theme of multiple incarnations of Lord Vishnu for centuries in India. One of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu is Krishna, a very playful, beautiful, joyful incarnation. And Krishna as a child does something very beautiful. And that's the story about this statue. When Krishna was a child, about 5 or 6 years old, in Gokul or Vrindavan, his hometown, he noticed that the river Yamuna, a river at the outskirts of his town, had the water totally poisoned. Whenever cattle, cow will go there and drink the water, some of them will die. Eventually they found out that this particular river had a poisonous snake called Kaliyah. This Kaliyah was a huge snake who had decided to come and stay in the river Ganges. And this snake was so poisonous that it poisoned the water of the river Yamuna or river Jamuna. Krishna, being a god of preserving life and reincarnation or incarnation of Lord Vishnu to protect the human being, he purposely, while he was playing the game of similar to baseball, a ball game, purposely threw a ball in the middle of the river Yamuna. And his friend insisted, hey Krishna, you threw the ball, you go and get it. And Krishna of course wanted to do it. So he jumped in the Yamuna and got hold of this Kaliyah serpent and controlled the furious snake Kaliyah. And he controlled him so well that he put his feet on the Kaliyah's head and started a dance. As soon as Kaliyah found out that this feet is no other than the holy feet of Lord Narayana or Lord Vishnu, Kaliyah surrendered and decided to obey what Krishna asked him to do. And Krishna said, Kaliyah, you have two choices. Either I kill you or you get out of this river and go somewhere else, so your poisonous venom would not hurt the human beings and the cattle around this river. And it so happened that Kaliyah decided to leave, and Krishna restored the water, and the life in his town was back to normal. Now look at the symbolic meaning of this story. This Kaliyah or the snake is no other than our own anger and fear. Yamuna is life. Water in old mythology represents life. Now mythology is not just fiction. It is a symbolic presentation, and that makes the story last for centuries because it has a huge symbolic meaning that is useful to our life. Our life becomes poisonous when lust, greed, anger, or fear takes over our life. We are not able to enjoy the life. The source of joy dies away when the Yamuna water is poisoned by this Kaliyah or the snake. Krishna, as an incarnation of Vishnu, represents supreme consciousness of inner soul and joy that the divinity and the devotion bring in your heart. When the joy and the purity of consciousness conquers the fear or lust, there is harmony back to normal. There's a dance of joy. There's a dance of harmony. And then the fear decides to go away. Now the interesting part of this mythology is, even though Krishna gives two options, totally killing lust or fear is not a wise choice, because life is a combination of good and bad. Life is a combination of dark side and the bright side. If you totally destroy the desire or lust, the sexual desire is important to continue the recreation of the human life. It is the excess of this sexual desire that creates a disaster. So when it becomes lust, it is bad. Normal, healthy sex desire is a reason for continuity of the human race. So Krishna does not destroy the dark side. It just tells the dark side to go somewhere else or stay under control. As long as your fear, your anger, your desire to have sexual satisfaction remains under the control of the divine or a conscious power of your mind, then it does not harm you as much. It brings a balance of the dark side and the bright side. Krishna being joy, consciousness, and the eternal truth tries to control the anger, greed, lust, and desire. So this is the deeper symbolic meaning. But the story is beautiful, that Lord Vishnu as an incarnation kills or displaces the Kaliyah, or the snake of venom, snake with venom that cause poison in the life. So that's the story of Krishna.